Question 3. Would you give food to a stray dog before you would give it to a homeless person?
Well, I would have to say I'd rather give food to a dog rather than a homeless person.
So your answer would be yes?
Yes.
That's smart.
That answer is true.
So that's 3 truthful, 3 more, $10,000. And one of the things I find so interesting about this program is that you'll answer something like that and invariably the audience will applaud. That's right, don't give food to homeless, give it to the dog.
They just look at you with the cute puppy faces, and then you have somebody who's got a really nasty, dirty face. It's like,
Somehow I don't feel better now that you've cleared it up there, Lauren.
Dog culture is completely backward. It is regressive, primitive, archaic, self-effacing, and delusional. It is impractical, and it is an imposition. It affects and afflicts people from all walks of life, all across the globe.
An 8-year-old boy is spending the days before Thanksgiving in the hospital.
Can't resolve a dispute with your neighbors over their barking dog.
This woman chooses to walk away.
Dog that got loose mauled a 5-year-old boy playing in his cousin's backyard.
That, and a whole lot more, that is what we are forced to live with. And of course, we have gone over all of it at great length. What started as nothing more than a tool, and which is still just basically an obsolete working animal, has morphed into a household pet.
Of course.
Dogs were not widely accepted as pets until around the late Middle Ages. Unfortunately, the domestic dog is far from just a pet today. It is a substitute for human companionship, and an inadequate replacement for friends and family, a walking accessory, a captive audience, a living weapon, a security blanket, and an emotional crutch. The dog of today is something for the maniacal to hoard, collect, and utilize in questionable ways. It is something for pathetic people to parade about and use to garner attention. It is also a source of profit and narcissistic supply. What's more, dog ownership is a needless practice. It is more than a bit dodgy. It is a detriment to society. Perhaps the worst effect, along with the human death toll, is the way dogs themselves seem to blunt our empathy for one another. Quite some time ago, I received a request from a subscriber to do a video on how dog owners tend to lose their ability to empathize with others, which is to say, with other people. The same person who requested that I cover this specific topic also shared a personal account of their own. It serves as an example of the myriad ways in which this manifests. I will share that comment now.
I have a friend who has really changed since getting a dog. She has endless empathy with the beast and makes all kinds of excuses when he chews up a friend's purse or hurts one of her children. But when her daughter has developed fear of needles, understandably because of being hurt and sickened by the jabs, my friend is cold, almost soulless. She dismisses her daughter's concerns and is cavalier about it.
One of the absolute worst examples of this, which I have read or heard about, involves Sharon Osbourne.
Unfortunately, it seems there's some content you just can't use at all. In my case, it made it to where my video cannot be seen or monetized. And obviously, if a video you've uploaded cannot even be seen on this platform, it may as well not exist. I probably could have clipped out the bit that got me the copyright hit, but instead I'll go back and edit and add in this commentary. This comment right here, which was posted under the video I tried to use a couple of clips from, and which I will of course link below, sums it all up anyway. Additionally, I will link a related article as well.
I also saw a story on Reddit where someone mentioned how they actually have someone in their own family who unfortunately died in a house fire, all because they went searching for the damn dog instead of escaping the flames, like any rational person would do.
Needless to say, there definitely seems to be something about dogs themselves and the way they make people behave that is clearly not good for social relations. Or perhaps the influence of dogs on the human psyche of some is more like an ego-enhancing drug, say alcohol or cocaine, which perhaps exacerbates the terrible qualities that are already there and which not only enhances the ego but strengthens it to the point of depraved indifference. In the specific case involving Sharon Osbourne's unfortunate assistant, he would be okay today if she wasn't also a dog nutter on top of obviously being a terrible fucking person. I could go on with examples, but I won't belabor the point. Many people understand on some level just how awful dog culture is. More importantly, perhaps, it has been completely discredited. After all, dog culture is indefensible. This is something I have argued successfully in at least one previous video, but even if you look at just one content creator, for example IHD, he has single-handedly discredited this indefensible nutter culture. So has Defenders, and so has every other dog culture critic with a YouTube channel out there, as have countless commenters online. Seriously, all dog cultists can offer in defense of their warped ideology, along with the practice of keeping dogs around and insisting they're somehow good for society, is weak propaganda like this.
Thinking about getting a dog?
Hell no!
Here are 3 reasons why dogs are the best companions. Reason number 1, unconditional love and loyalty. Dogs don't care if you've had a bad day or if you're lounging in your PJs. They're always there, tail wagging, happy to see you no matter what. Reason 2, they keep you active. Dogs need walks, and let's be honest, so do we. Morning jog, evening stroll, your furry friend is always up for getting you moving. And reason 3, dogs are mood boosters. Feeling down? A dog's goofy antics or sweet puppy eyes can turn your day around in a heartbeat. Plus, science says they can even lower stress and anxiety. So, there you have it. Love, exercise, and joy, all wrapped up in a cute furry package.
Did you catch that? They really just tried to reduce having a dog down to love, exercise, and joy. Funny how there's absolutely no mention of expense, training, prey drive, barking, shedding, shitting, growling, yapping, unwanted behaviors, and untrainable dogs. Not to mention more cost, aggression, prey drive, more barking, shredding of furniture and such, pissing, howling, snapping, unwanted smells, and overall stench. Wet dog smell? Disputes with neighbors? Innate hostility? Dysfunction and destruction as a default? I didn't hear any of that in there. Here's a much more honest dog commercial. This is not something I put together myself. It's something Barkbusters uploaded on her channel some time ago, when it was still up.
Hi, I'm just your average Joe brainwashed dog nutter and I love dogs. Dogs, 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 dogs. Have you ever had a bad day? Do you have a constant nagging wife or little kids that won't shut up and you can't handle responsibility or prioritize others above yourself? Have you ever just sat down to pet a dog and didn't want it to end? Well, scientists have just discovered that all dogs big and small can make it all better. Yes, that's right, we have tapped into this beautiful energy of dogs and found out that we can just prioritize them above everything and that makes it all better. They're so sensitive to our emotional needs and put showing compassion for us above the desire to eat food. It's basically a cure-all pill for everything. Do you hate your family? Get a dog. Having trouble facing reality? Get a dog. Can't afford your bills? Get a dog. Feeling sexually frustrated? Get a dog. Don't want to be criminally liable for anything? Get a dog. Did your furnace stop working? Get a dog. These furry bundles of non-stop fun may cause depression, weight gain, parasite infection, bacterial infections, diseases, flea bites, destruction of property, loss of family, legal repercussions, regret, stress, bites, death, anger, frustration, and realizing the dogs just may be trash after all. Call now to buy. Prices and participation may vary. It's the dog. Hurry now before the world wakes up from its sleepy slumber while you can. The dog. And if you order now, you can get 5 for the price of 1. Hurry now. Supplies are not limited. The dog. Special discounts available on turd-licking pit bulls and Craigslist puppies. Buy the dog.
Okay, so I also altered the speed on this video. But anyway, that was a classic from Barkbusters. The simple fact is, we are the ones who understand the truth about dogs. And if you watch almost any video where they're trying to sell you on the idea of having dogs being a good one, idea, that is, you will quickly notice that they may list a bunch of supposed benefits, not altogether unlike the video we watched together just a little while ago. But if you stop and think about it for even 2 or 3 seconds, and not very deeply either, you will quickly notice some important details. 1. These are benefits many could get from literally any source other than a dog, all without the drawback of having dogs and imposing them on others, which they certainly won't tell you about. 2. Many of these aren't even true benefits, or, if they kind of are, only for the dog nut owner, but not for everyone else around them, not for people who hate dogs and want nothing to do with them, and certainly not for those who are allergic to them or who have nothing but stress, trauma, and aggravation of the worst kind associated with the presence of these foul beasts.
My daughter has a new dog. Now, I like dogs. I'm not quite sure, though, if I'm a dog lover. Because I think it's a little bit different right there. I like dogs, and then there's dog lovers. And dog lovers is a little different. Like some people let their dog get in their bed with them. See, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work, man. I can't have a dog in the bed. So if you're this person, I'm curious about dog lovers, though. And I wanna say something about dog lovers. Now, I know this is touchy because there's so many. So these are questions. I'm just gonna ask questions because I found that statements get me in a lot of trouble. Okay, here's the first question. Is it okay to kiss your dog in the mouth? I'm just asking. If you do it, that's your business. I'm just asking, is it okay? Because it's about 5 places that I've seen a dog put his mouth. That immediately lets me know you can't bring that nowhere near mine. All right, that's all I'm just saying. Here's another question. This is just a question. This is not a statement. Does your dog really want to leave the house in a jacket and a hat? Last question. How long do you have to beg a dog to come here? If I done provided all this for you, what is the hesitation? People be out there jumping, come on, jump on, Bougie. Jump on, Bougie. Come on, Bougie, just jump on. Mommy, just jump on. Come on. Come, baby. Come on, baby, please, come on, we got to go. Get in the car, please. If you don't get your punk ass in this car. I'm just asking.
Of course, there are degrees to the nuttery, but dog culture is becoming so extreme and so utterly absurd that just having or wanting a dog pretty much makes you an insta-nutter these days. And frankly, there's no good reason to own a dog at all in this day and age, and there's nothing to like about them anyway. This point is super important, so I really do have to reiterate it. There's no good reason to own a dog at all in this day and age, especially if you are living in the city. This obscene, extreme, and most unseemly culture continues to proliferate, but it is impossible to justify, and the costs are simply way too high. Again, just from a public health and safety standpoint, dogs are awful. And ultimately, the core issue is, as always, the presence of dogs itself. The sheer amounts of incidents related to dogs that go reported and unreported. It alone demonstrates that for many, the very subject of dogs is always presented or experienced in a very negative context. But of course, all of that is omitted by pit peddlers and dog shills of various stripes. Even the more, quote, moderate dog person is complicit. Of course, to fully tackle that issue would be a bit beyond the scope of this particular video. Another time, perhaps, and hell. We could even isolate it to instances proving just how dangerous dogs are to children alone, and seriously question why dogs aren't treated like so many other products on the market that have been recalled for being unsafe for public use or consumption, which is putting it mildly. Dogs are even worse than just defective products. After all, they have a will of their own, perhaps a subject for another time as well. And then there are videos such as this one. This is a bizarre form of modern child sacrifice.